Searing, take one.
That's what you call a perfect sear. Come on, y'all, we're gonna kick it up. It's time to master searing with me, Chef JJ, OXO Chef in residence. So searing is a Maillard reaction. It's when the oil and the surface of the protein hit and the sugars come out and make the product that you're cooking golden brown. The biggest mistake when trying to sear food is you put the protein in the pan cold. You're not gonna sear, you're gonna steam. Or you don't get the pan hot enough, or the protein's not patted dry, you didn't put enough fat in the pan, you put too much fat in the pan. You want a pan that can handle high heat, right? And that's the key, because that pan is gonna absorb all that heat and also maintain the heat once you put the protein into the pan. And patting them dry is gonna allow you to get it perfect sear. Also for the fat to render out perfectly. And I hold up my grinder really high, and it allows for the salt to fall evenly everywhere. And I season this one well too. When you sear a piece of steak, you wanna taste that pepper, and I'm not saying it should be peppery, I'm saying it should be seasoned really well with the pepper. Here we're gonna add in some of our fat. And then I'm gonna take this steak and I'm gonna sear it on this beautiful fat cap side first, okay? And I'm just gonna lay it in there. I'm gonna turn the heat down to about medium heat. And I'm gonna let that fat render down. Then I'm gonna check what the fat looks like. Let's see, ooh! That looks good, but we can let it go down a little bit more. Now let's say you turn down your pan a little bit too low. You would see it because the smoke would start to drop. And that's the great thing about the carbon steel. Remember, it maintains the heat. So now we're gonna drop the steak down on its side and we're gonna let this render down. I always try to tempt the fattest part of the meat or towards the bone side. All right, see, we're still around 70 degrees. We're gonna let this steak keep going. So now I'm gonna show you how to prep scallops. I know that when you're thinking about scallops, it's a restaurant item that you're getting, but you can make these at home. They're very easy and simple. They take literally like 4 minutes to cook. You lay them out the same way like the steaks, and you're looking for like this membrane. If you see this membrane, you take it off. You don't want that. And I season it the same way with my salt grinder here. And the moment the salt hits the scallops, you need to move quickly to the stove because the liquid is gonna start to come out of the scallops. We put our scallops right down on the salt side down. Okay. And it's hot in here. Listen, you wanna sear, it's gonna be hot. And put that down on the one side down. You wanna make sure that you're not overcrowding the pan because you're gonna get some moisture. And then I like to turn the heat down to medium, add in a little more oil. And now I'm waiting to see it get nice and golden brown on each side. But this one I see is almost ready. Oh yeah, look at that. Woo! And then once I know one's ready, I turn off the heat and I start flipping them all over. And I mean, look at how, that's what you call a perfect sear. And cutting it against the grain allows for the meat to be tender. If you cut it with the grain, it's gonna be tough. You wanna cut it with a really sharp knife. I mean, look, it's like butter. Let me see what it tastes like. It's so good, I don't even wanna talk to you anymore. You thought you couldn't sear before? Now you know how to do it. You've been cooking with me. You could become a master of searing. Look at the scallops, look at the steak. They look beautiful. Now all you need to do is try it.